This is like showing up to work Monday morning, not feeling great, had a wild weekend. Now we're trying to stunt, pretend like as if we're all right. Apple juice got to me, ladies and gentlemen. It's not easy on these streets. Perfect. Yo, people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for another episode of Not So Daily Dosage, and we're back. We're back on the graft and grind after a very long weekend of decline. I cannot wait to be your host to do the most and never coast. It's Matisse back in the building. I know you've missed me. I have not released one of these in a while because I've been releasing everything you need to know about Raphinha. Hint, 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 wink. It was for Arsenal fans, so they think, but it may have been for us. You never know. Anything can happen in the transfer window. We didn't get Jesus, so I'm hoping that another Brazilian could find our way here potentially. But anyway, let's move on. We're back, and we're going to start with something light. Do you know what I'm saying? Light for me, light on you, light on the stomach. Cech has left the club, or will leave on the 30th of June. Understandably so. Look, the whole hierarchy is just clearing their way out, and I think, to be honest, it's best. You know, at the end of the day, technical advisor was his role, and that is kind of like half sporting director because Marina was basically financial director, and, you know, he filled a void that we didn't have for many years. But at the end of the day, we need experience in this role, someone who has more power, more say, and Todd Bowie's guy. We need whoever Todd Bowie wants because he's the new owner. He recalls the shots now, and that's understandably so. Cech also, listen, scouted Mendy, did some great things, had a little scout on Tchouaméni as well, but also wanted to keep Lukaku for the following season with Marina, and I am completely against that. So is Thomas Tuchel. So I think maybe a little bit of the old way of thinking pushed aside, a little bit of the new way of thinking incoming, and I'm looking forward to it because at the end of the day, it's a fresh start. It's a fresh start. It's a clean slate completely. Some people say, why didn't he just be a goalkeeping coach? Well, in your job, would you ever demote yourself, relegate yourself? That's like asking someone, say, I'm playing Premier League football. I'm going to choose to play Championship. I'm going to choose to be down a peg, have less power, have less say. Nobody does that in the real world. Nobody looks to drop down in work with less pay. It's just silly. It's not going to happen. So look, he's chosen his career path potentially to be a technical director, maybe a sporting director in the future. Maybe he'll have to be a little bit of a scout as well, maybe for a few years to really develop those credentials as well. But we shall see how it goes with Cech. We love him and we've lost him, but it is what it is. Let's move on because I got too much to cover, not enough time to talk. I want to get straight into what I've missed over the weekend, apart from Ronaldo to Chelsea, which will not happen, by the way. That's not even worth a debunk. You don't need me to tell you that that is a waste of everybody's time. We will not be getting Ronaldo. Ronaldo will not be leaving for Chelsea. Let's not waste our time on that. That was mad. I couldn't believe that. I was actually plastered when I seen that. And I thought I was even more plastered than I was. That was like a hallucination. It was nuts. It was like when you're in the desert and you see, you know, the water and it's not really there. I thought I saw Ronaldo to Chelsea. Surely it wasn't really there, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comments if that actually was real, like a real report. Some journalists actually wrote that out. Oh, my Lord of mercy. Anyway, moving on. Let's get straight into it. Dembele's agent is talking to Barcelona and he's got 48 hours. I don't know who the deadline's for, whether it's for us or for Barca, but he's got a 48-hour deadline to get his shit sorted or he's going to end up unattached, it would seem. Barcelona are starting to talk with a little bit more confidence on the situation. They are a lot more confident that they will be able to come to an agreement. Somebody said, and then don't shoot the messenger because I ain't telling you this is a legit source, but I think it might be. Somebody said, and it ain't Grimes, somebody said that the offer that Dembele was given from Barcelona, and they don't seem to want to go much higher, or they can't afford to go much higher, whatever the case may be, is around about 115,000 a week after tax. So with some couple of bonuses and incentives, we're definitely going to offer more than 115,000 per week. Maybe 200, I don't know. Hopefully not 300, but hopefully something respectable. Maybe a big bonus if he is a free agent. That will definitely make us a lot more... you know, we'll have a lot more leverage in the deal if we end up going with that because, of course, we can give that sign-on bonus, bring the wages down, as I mentioned before, and that's a better deal for everybody, better deal for our wage bill, good deal for Dembele. He's not in such a powerful situation that he makes it seem. I mean, he's not exactly got a load of suitors. It's really just us and Barcelona at the moment. I spoke about the threat of PSG before. They have put no offer in at the moment, and there's no truth whatsoever in any late Liverpool bid if you've ever seen that circling around. So he's got about 48 hours to decide. Chelsea's interest is real, but they're not going to match his wage demands, and they shouldn't because Barcelona are not going to match his wage demands either. So he can have these wage demands, but they're going to have to come down because he's not going to just be an unattached free agent. You'll be making no money, will you? So look, at the end of the day, Barcelona are going to match it. We're not going to match it, but we will go above Barcelona. And I think that's how we should go about it. We should definitely lowball as much as possible and try and get the best contract possible and incentivize it. I am all about now incentivizing. Make sure that you have bonuses in there. Don't give him a high wage to start with, a high basic wage. Give him a reasonable basic wage, and let's see how much football Dembele actually plays. And if he stays fit and he plays, then reward him for reaching a certain amount of fixtures played, a certain amount of matches played. Then make his wage go up and up and up. It incentivizes him to play well. It incentivizes him to stay fit. It incentivizes him to take care of himself and be professional. And it gives us actual output from what we're paying. And that's just the way I would do it. Maybe the board should sign me up. There is a role going, I heard. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So let's move on. Literally, we're just waiting to see what will happen with Barcelona. There was a meeting with Barcelona representatives today. We shall see if that meeting went well or it went poorly. Now, the fun part of this deal is whoever doesn't get Dembele will probably go for Raphinha. So if Barcelona can't agree on Dembele, they may go in for Raphinha, put in that official bid to Leeds and get the ball rolling. We know Deco is Raphinha's agent. He probably would like him to go to, apparently, either Barcelona or Chelsea, not only for the Champions League football, but he used to play for both of us. So thanks, Deco. Keep doing the good work. Don't send him to Arsenal. So whoever doesn't get Dembele goes for Raphinha. Whoever gets Dembele probably blocks off the position for Raphinha. So we could end up going for Raphinha. We are still interested. That's why I did the everything you need to know about Raphinha. Yes, Arsenal fans will be going in the comments saying, thank you so much, Matisse, for all of your help and kindness over the... No. It could be for us, yeah? I know the Jesus was also for me and then it ended up being for you, but I'm hoping second time's a charm. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, one could go and then the other could go in the other direction. Or Arsenal could take Raphinha and then somebody's going to lose out. And maybe we go for Richarlison. It's a merry-go-round of Brazilians at this point. We'll see what happens. So that's what I'm looking out for that. And that's why I'm looking out for Richarlison. That's why I made the video on Richarlison early. So you can go and check that out. It's my last upload if you wish. Moving on. We haven't spoken about Ziyech, obviously to AC Milan on loan, 20 to 25 million euros obligation. I definitely think we need to be getting an obligation. 29 turns 30 in March. Again, a player that doesn't really suit Tuchel's system and has not really thrived at Chelsea whatsoever. Yes, he's had some good moments, but that's not good enough for someone of his age. You'd expect consistency. You'd expect to be a starter over the young players, and that just has not happened due to many factors, injuries, whatever have you will. At the end of the day, for me, I'm not going to cry if he leaves. I haven't had him at the top of my list. Remember mid-season, I was saying you sang your heart out. Beautiful performance. You're through to the next round of X Factor. But it seems like he may not be through and he may be on the way out. He would be like my third person to get rid of, I'd say, after Werner and Lukaku. Lukaku's already gone or going on Wednesday, officially boarding that plane. Werner looks like he could be going, which is very exciting because I feel like that's a player that really just isn't going to work out here. High wages, get him off the books, start again. And then after that, it's Ziyech. And this is a large amount of the attack to get rid of. So that means a lot of new attackers are coming in. And it's fresh, it's new, it's fun. We'll see if it works, but I'm excited. So Ziyech to AC Milan negotiations continue with them, and I'm looking forward to hopefully getting an agreement. It will look like 5 million initial fee that they're ready to pay, and then 20 to 25 million euros obligation. That comes together, hopefully around 30 million euros. I think we paid about 34 million pounds, so we haven't lost too much. That's actually not too bad. You know, we can hack that. 2 years, whatever. I think he's on around 100 and something K a week as well. So that's obviously off the wage bill, which is fantastic. And yeah, happy go lucky for us. And obviously he joins the Serie A champions with Tomori and Giroud. And of course, he is great friends with Lukaku. So they will both be in Italy together, gallivanting, enjoying, living life, sunglasses on, playing music. Wonderful. So good stuff for everybody involved. Now, of course, you know the situation with Werner. I did everything you need to know about De Ligt because I wanted to just get the Juventus opinion on it. And that video is still up there from a couple of days ago if you wish to see it. Werner is obviously involved in that deal. And apparently Juventus are very happy to take Werner. So that's already cool. Now, a swap deal is very complicated, okay? It's like exchanging match attacks in the playground if you ever used to do that. You want a card, they want a card. Will they pay for the card or will you just do a straight swap for the card? Do they want some money for the card? Do they need the card? Do you need the card? You know, maybe you have a great card, but maybe they already have that card, but they'll take it and then they'll sell it for more. You just never know what's going on with match attacks in the playground. It's very complicated. And that's what swap deals are. There's add-ons, there's contracts, there's everything that you could possibly want times 2. And that's what makes them even more unlikely. So hopefully that doesn't crash and we do get the match attacks swapped in the playground between Werner and De Ligt. Now, listen, At the end of the day, you asked me what is my opinion of De Ligt after listening to that Juventus fan. I think it's a very interesting video to listen to because you're obviously getting that Juventus perspective. There is obviously the Ajax perspective before he joined Juventus. And of course, there's the national team perspective where he has played in the three at the back formation in the middle and occasionally to the right and occasionally to the left. And of course, for Ajax playing a different brand of football as he does to Juventus. So the Juventus side of it is the most recent side. It's the side that gives us the most game time this season and the most recent development of the player. But of course, the player is not just set in stone what he's done maybe at Juventus. He's also got other sides and facets to him. So if we sign him, all good with me, to be honest. Tuchel wants him. Seems to be a top target over Koundé, which was more of a board signing, more of a board, target like Marina would have wanted him. And for me personally, I'm just about get the players that the manager wants and let's see what the manager does with those players so we can actually judge this manager a little bit more, effectively next season when we know that he's got the players that he wanted in the building. And De Ligt is a very, very promising player. So as long as we get the wage at a good level and we get a good deal, I'm pretty happy. If he can turn Rudiger and Christensen into world-class defenders after having pretty okay, good, very good spells at Chelsea, but never every world-class level. If he can do that with them, then I'm pretty sure he can put De Ligt on a world-class level because this is a defender that has got a lot of potential. So yeah, that's my situation and thoughts on that. Now, Raheem Sterling, the pound will not fall any further, ladies and gentlemen. This man is literally, it would seem, only destined to join us. And I say that with my fingers crossed. But it would seem that the bid is imminent. Personal terms have not been agreed from what I have read, but they have had personal conversations and discussions. And then now it's down to, and I think that kind of has to be said publicly anyway, because it's kind of not right to tap on the player before actually agreeing the fee with the club. So we do need to agree a fee with Manchester City. I suspect that our next bid will be around about the £45 million mark. That might have add-ons as well. But obviously the last bid we threw up last week was just a teaser. It was like a trailer for the film. Now, I think the serious bid will come in around about 45 million. And that's where negotiations can really start. And there could be a couple of add-ons. And I think we could settle around about that 45 to 55 million, hopefully, for Raheem Sterling. I don't think personal terms could be too much of an issue if they're not agreed already. But he was on very high wages at Manchester City on around about 300k. So will we want to pay 300k? We shall see what he ends up on. I will be Googling after you sign, Raheem. And as I will for you, De Ligt, I will be Googling what you man make. And I expect them performances to be top notch. Maybe some bonuses and incentives. Again, I've already given that suggestion with Dembele. Why not do it for the whole lot? Give them bonuses, give them incentives, give them reason to play and give us excellent performances and make them work up to that wage. Give them a good base and then go from there. But we shall see if we do that, but I am hoping that we do because I really, really just need this wage bill to come down and be more respectful. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that rolls and plays out. We are expecting imminent bid. And then once we get that, then I'm hoping that this deal will get wrapped up quite soon. We do need to get this attacker in the building as we do for the defender as well. And the quicker we get that done, the better. And as I was saying, Koundé, not a top target. It has been confirmed, not the top target for Chelsea. Sevilla are getting very frustrated. You should have thought about that when you were pissing around the last two windows when we wanted him. But this is what it is. Don't hate the player, hate the game, Sevilla. Do you know what I'm saying? Apparently, Kimpembe and Ake are on the list as well. And obviously a left footers to play on the left side centre-back position. If we do sign De Ligt, I expect him to play on the right-hand side with Trevor backing him up. He can also play in the centre of a back three, which is probably why they're so interested, in fact, in De Ligt, is the fact that De Ligt can play in the middle of a back three, as he's done with Holland, and he can play on the right-hand side, as we heard from the Juventus fan, on the right-hand side of a back three, and he can play in a back four. And of course, he's a lot stronger, a lot taller than Koundé, so you would trust him maybe in a back four a little bit more, even though I've spoken about Koundé before and his leap. I wouldn't personally be too worried, but it is the Premier League, so maybe someone of De Ligt's build is needed, similar to like a Ruben Diaz, where you need someone who's going to be a little bit more old school, shithousery, but also can play out from the back to a good level. So I can actually understand the thinking behind the De Ligt transfer if that's what ends up happening, and fair play if we do get that done. And like I said, he can play a multitude of different positions. He can play on the left-hand side of a back three as well, but more so I expect him to play on the centre and the right-hand side of a back three or in the back four. Obviously, he's got some leadership skills as well, which we're lacking and we need. He's not the oldest, as I've always wanted a little bit of an older defender, but he does have leadership skills. He's shown that at Ajax before with his big chant at the end, whatever that was. I don't know what that was from me. And Ake, if we bring in Ake, he's the type of defender who's obviously got experience playing with De Ligt, again, Dutch dynamic duo it would end up being, I guess, as we've tried to do a little French connection down the right with Koundé, Dembele and Klose. Maybe it will be a little bit of a more of a Dutch contingency in the defense. But for me, that means, please, hopefully Levi Colwill impresses Tuchel and we end up keeping him so we can have that gap bridge between Ake and Colwill. You never know, Colwill could do a Tomori and really excel and prosper quite quickly. And that kind of does leave the door open more for a Colwill if you bring in an Ake, because Ake is not one of these world-class, star-studded centre-backs that's just going to block for the next 5 years. If Colwill does reach a level that's higher than Ake, then Ake could be a squad rotational player in a back three, and of course is a left-footed player. So, you know, again, I'm just trying to think about it logically, why these things are happening, why they're taking place around me. And it's making sense as long as the bid or the fee is not too crazy for this player. And of course, like I said, I'm not going to mention Ronaldo or really Neymar because I don't really see these things as, well, Neymar's not far along. It's not even moving for us at this point. And Ronaldo's not going to happen. So we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to get out of here. I need to have some more water. I've ran out. And you need to subscribe if you ain't subscribed already, because we are pushing for the next milestone. And I cannot wait to keep pushing throughout the summer. Now we're coming and we're getting through what is a lot of news. And we're hoping that some done deals, okay? Some real done deals are on our way. And if we can get that, then Lord rest our soul, we're going to be happy people. I can't wait to do the first Chelsea sign, exert player's name. So smash up the icons. Let me know what you think of everything I've discussed. Make sure you get down in the comments, get down and dirty in the comments, okay? And let me know what you're thinking, feeling. And I will be responding to everyone, obviously. So I'm looking forward to that because I haven't spoken to you guys in ages, it feels like. And of course, if you're not getting that interaction from me, then just follow on Twitch because I'm doing lives on there and you're missing out. And in fact, I told the story of what happened on Saturday night and many more things on Twitch with Flawless, and it was a lot of fun. So if you haven't seen that, then you are missing out on a lot of banter. And I'm not going to clip it up and put it here because you just need to follow Twitch. Twitch is where that content is. So go over there and get that content. You know what I'm saying? Until next time, big up your damn selves. Much love to you all. And it's good to be back, even though you probably didn't even think I was gone. In a bit, people. Peace. Perfect.